Hi, I'm Dr. K.K. Sharma. I'm senior pulmonologist and HOD in pulmonary medicine at Eternal Hospital, Jaipur. The incidence of venous thromboembolism combined is reported to be around 9 lakh per year from US, 7.5 lakh per year from European Union, and the Indian report is around less than 2.5 lakh per annum. So do you really think so? Indian data is so less, so India has got so less patients of pulmonary embolism? No, because Indian data is mostly from single center studies or some autopsy based studies. So we need some Indian data to get the actual picture of pulmonary embolism in India. To address this, we have initiated a registry known as Pulmonary Embolism Registry, INDIPER, we say it. So we are recruiting the centers and we are working. So we are hoping that in coming 1.5 to 2 years, we will be having good Indian data, and that will help in further management of this disease. And another interesting fact I want you to know that since the advent of COVID, there is increase in pulmonary embolism patients since last 1 year, because thrombosis is major component of severe COVID, and this thrombosis is persistent despite of the treatment and may lead to fatal PE or death in some patients. For pulmonary embolism, the major challenge is to recognize the problem early. If you recognize the problem early, identify the problem early, then what will happen? Many patients of submassive or massive pulmonary embolism can be saved by timely treatment. And why I am saying that it is important to diagnose early, because the major diagnostic test, which is CT pulmonary angiogram, it is not readily available in some secondary or few tertiary centers also. So the persons or doctors working over there need to be get sensitized or trained to identify the early signs and symptoms of the disease. So how we can do that? Firstly, there are scores known as Wells score, Geneva score, or pulmonary embolism rule out criteria. So these are the scores which doesn't require any test, only signs and few symptoms you need to put in, and you can rule out the high risk cases or you can rule out the PE cases. So second thing, apart from score, which can help the physician to identify the problem, is to examination of cough, because most of the pulmonary embolism cases are preceded by DVT. So if there is cough tenderness or pain, definitely it will help in diagnosis of the DVT. So to overcome these diagnostic things, I am telling you, more and more patients will be diagnosed early, and we can save some patients with massive or fatal pulmonary embolism. So regarding the advancement in the diagnosis, with a period of time, lots of things have changed. As we can say earlier, good CT scan machines and the interpreters like good doctors are not available. But with time, say what we are 20 years back, we are much more equipped today. Now we have good machines, good persons to interpret the test. That is leading to early diagnosis, early recognition of the problem, and we early recognize this problem. Believe me, many lives we can save. So the management of pulmonary embolism or DVT consists mainly of giving anticoagulants either by oral, IV or subcutaneous route. And in few patients, you need to give thrombolysis or catheter dilated interventions, which are required in few patients. And I must say the management has changed a lot in last 10 years. Now we are very much equipped with new drugs like apixaban, dabigatran, rivaroxaban, which does not require blood monitoring, and there is negligible food and food interactions. Secondly, the doctors, they are more trained in doing catheter directed thrombolysis, surgical embolectomies. So the training and expertise of the doctor definitely led to benefit the patient where we can't do anticoagulation or where the anticoagulation contraindicated. Thirdly, a good thing which COVID has done, that in COVID most doctors have used anticoagulants, because thrombosis is part of the COVID, so anticoagulant was used very widely in the patients, and this has given confidence to our physicians regarding safe use of anticoagulants and early recognition of bleeding complication, if any. So these three things are leading to better management, and I think better taking care of the patient with pulmonary embolism in the coming time. With the advent of newer drugs which are safe, causing less bleeding, there are less food and drug interactions, and with the advent of newer intervention technique, I can say, like thin catheters, surgical techniques which are done microscopically, which causes very less morbidity. So these techniques, I think when they are available in coming 4 to 5 years, things will be more easier for us to treat these patients, and definitely we are going to save more and more lives in coming future with the advent of new drugs and new techniques. Thank you.